Senior. Yeah, like you say, must switch it to Zoom because I've been having issues with Google Meet, so stuck. I see you. B, that's a bear right there. That's a bear. So, klar. Yeah, that's it. Karen, I be you hear me, right?
Yeah.
So, Nebensatz mit wenn. I need to open the other link to yeah, class number. Lesson, right? Yeah. So, so the Nebensatz mit wenn. But so far, Karen, more challenges been. Mhm.
No.
Okay, so read and let's go. I wanted it to be English, but then yes, you read and let's go.
Neben,
Yeah,
Nebensatz mit wenn.
yeah.
Der Nebensatz mit wenn ist ein Temporalsatz, gibt Auskunft über die Zeit. Oder ein Konditionalsatz, gibt Auskunft über die Bedingung. Struktur. Hauptsatz plus Komma plus Nebensatz. Nebensatz plus Komma plus Hauptsatz.
No.
Wichtig, wichtige Regel. Die Verbstellung. Im Nebensatz steht das finite Verb, konjugierte Verb immer am Ende. Wenn der Nebensatz vor dem Hauptsatz steht, beginnt der Hauptsatz direkt mit dem finiten Verb in Fashion.
Yeah.
Ade.
And then like kind of okay, but um, so like that kind of did you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So then is different from van. Okay. Then is different from van. Van van W question. So van, yeah, so van to ask of time. I said if I want to know the time that you are coming, so like van comes to. Okay, van is always related to time. Okay, but when is to we use when like basically it means if or when, not when as in time, but when as in oh, when I get home, when he says this like conditions to build conditional sentences. Okay, if something happens, then something will happen. Okay, so when means if or when, but not when with time. When with time is van. So if I want to know when you are coming, I'll use van, W-A-N-N, which is a W question. So van comes to, okay, van is for time and when means when or if. Okay. So the okay, okay. Yeah. So the subordinate clause is used to be a subordinate clause, okay, because it's always a conditional sentence. That means that we always have a Nebenzatz with the usage of wenn. Wenn will be the Nebenzatz. Sorry, we always have a main clause, which is the Hauptsatz. Okay, so wenn is used to build Nebenzatz to say that, or to give a condition that if something or when something happens, then the main clause will come. Then maybe so if he's happy, I will do something. Okay, the I will do something is the main clause. Okay, then is for subordinate to give condition. If something happens, then the main clause is what will actually like normally what will happen, or like the giving and the outtake. Okay, so the outtake is always the main clause. Then the like the vermuten, like what you suggest, or like what you would like that it happens, and to give a conditional like condition what you have condition sentences. We build those sentences with then. Okay. Klar. So mark for it. Okay, so the main clause plus comma, just like building sentence with either like forming main clause and subordinate clause. In German, if you start a sentence with the main clause, you give your full sentence. In the main clause, we always have the verb at the second position. Okay, so you can either do your subject verb object or object verb subject in the main clause. Okay, then you bring your comma, then the subordinate clause, you start the sentence with what? Then. Okay, and we have other conjunctions. When is like yeah, it's a conjunction. It's a conjunction, just like das, ob. Okay, yeah, but then when is more like to give conditions, temporal clause that something is possible to happen if so and so. Okay, yeah, clear. So with the subordinate clause, you start the sentence with when. Okay, then your verb go to the end of the sentence. Clear? But when you start the sentence with a subordinate clause, when you start the sentence with Zoom is complicated. Jesus. When you start the sentence with a subordinate clause, then that means you're starting your sentence with fen. So still your verb will go to the end of the sentence, your comma would come. Then the rule with the main clause is that you still have to start the sentence with the verb. Okay. When you start any sentence, not even particularly to then, but like when you start sentences with neighboring clause, okay, the verbs in both sentences have to kiss each other after the comma. So verb will be here. So you start the sentence with the neighboring such, okay, that's when your verb will go to the end of the sentence. So with the main clause, eh, then you have to start the sentence with the verb of the main clause. Okay, so like go for friend, like the verb kissing each other, the verb kiss. Yeah, 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 yeah. So you get it. But if you start the sentence with the main clause, then in your main clause, your subject will come, your verb will follow your object or the others, comma, then your Nebensatz, your then or your Nebensatz, yeah. The conjunction will come, then the verb will go to the end of the sentence. But when you start the sentence with the Nebensatz, then what? Your Nebensatz will come. Okay, Nebensatz will come. Your verb will go to the end of the sentence. Then after the comma, with the main clause, you have to start the sentence with the verb. Okay, so verb. Then your subject will follow. Then the objects. Blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this rule applies to all sentences like sentence with Nebensatz. When you start sentence with main clause, then you can do your normal, stick to your normal subject verb of the object or like object verb subject. Okay, then you bring your comma, then your subordinate clause will follow. But when you start the sentence with a subordinate clause, then the two verbs from each sentence have to kiss each other. Plural. So, this is what I just explained. So importance rule in the subordinate clause, the finite verb. the conjugated verb always starts at the end of the sentence. If the subordinate clause precedes the main clause begins directly with the finite verb. Okay, so the two verbs have to kiss each other when you start the sentence with what? The subordinate clause. Okay, so examples. We use when to build conditional. Okay, to build conditional sentence, and it means if or when. Okay. So when is used for repeated actions in the present or past. Okay. Then single actions in the past. So examples. Let's go. Read and let's go.
Wenn ich Zeit habe, lese ich ein Buch.
Yeah. So
Ich,
yeah. So if I have time, I will read a book, or when I have time, I will read a book. Okay. Like both, it means the same thing, when or if. Okay. But we also have, depending on the case, we'll get there. Basically, yeah, just continue.
ich rufe dich an, wenn ich in Berlin bin.
Mhm.
Wenn es regnete, blieb er zu Hause.
Yeah, so ich rufe dich an. Hmm. Okay, that's I understood. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, so ich rufe dich an. Okay, main clause. Okay, main clause, I am calling you, and now I will call you when. Okay, so this is the main clause, then the subordinate clause, wenn ich in Berlin bin. Okay, the verb will go to the end of the sentence. Okay, but start the sentence with the enabling clause with the same sentence, change it, and let me see.
Wenn ich in Berlin bin, rufe ich dich an.
Yeah, so finish in Berlin bin, comma, then rufe. Yeah, both will come. So the two verbs from each sentence or from each clause has to kiss each other when you start the sentence with the main clause. Yeah. So, so the third sentence.
Wenn es regnete, blieb er zu Hause.
Ah, ja. Wenn es regnete, blieb er zu Hause. When it rained, he stayed at home. Uh, hmm, yeah. In the past tense, okay, in the past tense, we use als. Okay, then is to give conditions. Okay, so when you want to say, let's say, I think it would be best if I just give an example. Okay, on the cry, I think that he said it yourself. Attention for single actions in the past. Yeah. For single, okay, yeah, for repeated ones, then you can use the friend. For single actions in the past, as in um when he came, the boss was not around. Okay, it's not a repeated action. Repeated action is in the present tense, okay, or the future tense. When I have time, I will do this. If I have time, I will do this. We build those sentences with when, okay? But in the past tense, okay, for single past tense, like maybe like for saying that when he maybe when he spoke, I didn't listen. Or when like to say something happened in the past, but when something happened, did so and so also happened. Okay, so we build those sentences with owls. Okay, forget this third sentence. It's not very common because it's not very common. Basically, in the past tense, when we are talking about something happened during a time, during a point of like a point in time, we use the owls instead of using the when. The when is for either Zukunft to say for unrealistic situation to build unrealistic unrealistic situation. Like if I am going there, then you should come with me. When something something, then do so so and so. But then in the past we use else. We change the then to else. In the past example is when I got here, he wasn't there. Okay, when I got here, he wasn't there. Then we use the else, past tense. Future and unreal situations, we use when. Okay, but in the past tense, when something happened, so so and so, so so and so, then we use else. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, okay. So when I was 18, I got my driver's license. Okay, this is still when. Okay, this is still when I was 18, I got my driver's license. Okay, but in this sentence, you won't say when is with acting verb or that when is acting verb. Normally to age with age, you can use mit acting, like you can use mit with the age to say when you were, but then you can also just mention the age directly. So als is acting verb or als is mit acting verb, like then you can say when is acting var. It doesn't make sense. Okay. When is acting var means when I am 18. Okay. But then you have to be in the present tense. When is acting been. Okay, when I am 18, but then in the past, as like in English, right? Sometimes you use as I was 18 years old. Like, yeah, that one makes more sense. As I was 18 years. But then when I was 18 years old in the past, we use as instead of when. But when I'm saying when I am 18 years, then I can use the when. Okay. Or unrealistic situation. If I would be 18, then it would be when is acting very. Okay, but when I'm saying when I am 18, I will do so so and so. Then when is acting been so so and so, I will do this. But in the past tense, we won't use the when. The past tense we use else. Okay, this when with past tense, when with the preteritum is used for repeated actions in the past. Maybe let's say in the science, maybe like in the science laboratory, they are confirming they are doing some experiment and they are like, okay, so when they did the experiment, anytime they showed the monkey the banana, the monkey hid behind the tree. Okay, like with they can then do so and so the monkey, then it was a repeated action. That one makes sense. Okay, but then when we are just talking about something happened in the past, a point in time, single thing, then we use else. Okay, that's why I said then with the preteritum is not very common. It's not very common. Normally, it's used for repeated actions and like yeah, when they are conducting a study, when they conducted a study in the past, like when they are giving out, they are when they are narrating the sequential or whatever thing that's happened, then they use it that way. Aside that, it's not like that. Clear?
Um,
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. So continue.
Wenn du fließig lernst, bestehst du die Prüfung.
Yeah. So if you learn well, you'll pass the exams. Okay, so it depends on how what you want to say. If you're talking about like so when and if for conditions, okay, but then depends on the kind of sentence you want to make. If it's when, then it's when. If it's if, you can still use your thing. Okay, so wenn du fleißig lernst, bestehst du die Prüfung. Okay, when you learn diligently, fleißig. Du bist fleißig oder du bist fleißig means like diligently or hardworkingly. Okay. So when you learn diligently, you pass the exams. Okay. If you study diligently, it's already there. You'll pass the exams. Okay. Then du darfst versehen, wenn du deine Hausaufgaben gemacht hast. Okay, you are allowed to watch TV if you have done your homework or when you have done your homework. Okay, yeah. then still in this, and it's still not in the past because the thing hasn't happened yet. But then you can use it with the present perfect. Okay, to say if some like the person will, something will be handed over to the person if the person have like does something that is expected of him or her. Okay, so du darfst fernsehen, wenn du deine Hausaufgaben gemacht hast. Okay, you're allowed to watch if you have done your homework or when you do your homework, when du deine Hausaufgabe machst. Okay. That that one makes more sense. Okay. So du darfst Fernsehen, you're allowed to watch TV if you do your homework, wenn du deine Hausaufgaben machst. Okay. But like I'm saying, you can still use the present perfect to say, oh, if you have done your homework, then you are allowed to watch your TV like condition. Oh, if you have done that there, then you are allowed to do this. Okay. Yeah. Like basically it's still not in the past tense. Okay. It's still not in the past tense. Like, yeah, yeah. So for conditional future tense, unrealistic Situation. Wenn ich reich wäre, würde ich eine Weltreise machen. Okay. If I were rich, I would travel around the world. Ja, klar. Or if I were rich or when I were rich, you know. But when you say when I was, that's when you use the else. Okay, so um okay, so I am happy the sun is shining. So when the sun shines, when die Sonne scheint, bin ich glücklich. Okay, exercise. Okay, sorry, sorry. So let's go. Karen.
Wenn die Sonne scheint, bin ich glücklich.
Okay, so start the sentence with the main clause.
Ich bin glücklich, wenn die Sonne scheint.
Ja, oh, ich bin immer glücklich, wenn die Sonne scheint. To give more, to when you start the sentence with the main clause. Yeah, depending on the type of condition that you are given, sometimes you just have to add some things. Of course, when you start the sentence with the main clause, when the sun shines, bin ich glücklich is direct. When the sun shines, I am happy. But with this sentence, when you have to start the sentence with the main clause and like the subordinate clause comes in, like to some extent doesn't like you are correct grammatically you are correct, but then that yeah, let me just I don't know if you guess what I'm saying, but when you say when the sun shines, bin ich glücklich means you are like there you are directly speaking from like or you are directly saying that when the sun shines, you are happy. But when you start the sentence, when you turn the sentence around, you say ich bin glücklich, I am happy when the sun shines. Also, like it takes something is off. No, grammatically there's correct, oh, okay, but then you have to just add oh, so ich bin glücklich, I am happy whenever the sun shines. Auch immer oder einfach immer wenn die Sonne scheint, bin ich glücklich. Okay, yeah, can you just add something like that? Yeah, mach weiter.
Ja. Er kauft ein neues Auto, wenn er genug Geld hat. Oder wenn er genug Geld hat, kauft er ein neues Auto.
Ja, 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 wenn ihr genug Geld sorry, kauft ihr ein neues. So, yeah, if he has enough money, he's buying a car. Okay. But with conjunctive, if he had enough money, he would buy a car. Well,
Wenn er genug Geld hätte, äh, würde er ein neues Auto kaufen. Und dann kaufte er ein neues Auto.
naja, but with kaufen use würde er ein neues Auto kaufen. Super. Then in the past, if he had money, he would have bought a car.
Wenn er Geld, wenn,
Genug, never mind.
wenn,
Relax and talk there.
is that if he had,
Yeah, if he
uh,
had money, he would have bought a new car.
wenn er genug Geld gehabt hätte. Aha. Anyway.
Yeah.
And what's Robbie? I thought that
Mhm.
one I should continue.
You really pay attention. You said wenn ihr
Wenn
genug mhm.
gehabt hätte, yeah, he would have fought, and he would
He would have. He would have, but
hätte, hätte er ein neues Auto kaufen.
gekauft. Der one made out gekauft. He would have, but
Yeah.
ja, hätte er ein neues Auto gekauft. Ja, so Mark Weiser, you would have a picnic. The weather is good. So he would have a picnic. We would have, we say, your main clause, in your subordinate clause, there's the weather is good.
Wenn das Wetter schön wäre,
So
äh,
okay, or the show also conjunctive. Yeah, klar, Mark Weiser.
äh, würden wir ein, ein Picknick machen.
Ja, klar. Picnic Marken. Ja, das ist consistent. Okay. We use picnic Marken. Okay. So, yeah, you would have a picnic. Yeah. But then when you want to say it, like indicative means like this, you are not giving a condition, but if the weather is so and so, then you are going to do it. Like indicative, not the conjunctive. Like I don't know if you get what I'm saying. We would have a picnic if the weather is good. Like you are definitely going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So in the present tense, basically in the present tense, no conjunctive, just present tense, because you are sure that this thing is going to happen. The conjunctive, the very hätte, is when you are not sure. Or if the weather would be good, then we would have our picnic. But then if I'm talking from say I'm prepared to do it. So if the weather is good, I'm going to work. When the weather is going to no. If
Wenn das
mhm,
Wetter schön ist,
yeah,
äh, machen wir ein.
machen wir ein Picnic, simple. Yeah. So it depends on the kind of sentence that when you are sure, then you don't have to you don't have to use a conjunctive. Okay, you can just give your condition without conjunctive. But when you are not sure, that's when you use a when with conjunctive. Okay, then the past tense is used with als. Okay, so the als, let me teach it here. So als still means when, okay, in the past. Als, another definition for als is was dann. Dann. So, ich bin älter als du. I am older than you. Als still means I work as a nurse, ich arbeite als Hebamme oder Krankenschwester. Do you get it? So, but then when you're using, we still use als in the past tense when you're talking about something happened, so and so. Like maybe when he came here, I wasn't around. So this time around, you won't say wenn ihr hierher gekommen ist, war ich abwesend. Okay. Abwesend means I wasn't present. Okay. Yeah. Present is anwesend and absent is when I was absent. So war ich einfach nicht da. So war ich nicht da. So you can't use it like this. If you're talking about the past, when something happened, so and so, so then you have to use the als. Basically, that's what you're saying. So als ihr hergekommen ist, war ich abwesend oder war ich nicht da. Do you get it? Yeah. So in the past we use als, but for present tense and conjunctive we use when to mean if and when.
Even if it was yesterday.
Yeah. It's a simple, like it's a simple action that happened in the past. We use als. So
And we are always supposed to use the past, not uh, perfect.
it has a it depends. It depends the action, how you the kind of action, like the how do I put it? It depends on what you are describing. I mean, if if something happened before something, then one has to be in the plusquamperfect. Then the like the one the other action, the first action, the first action has to be in the plusquamperfect. Then the subsequent action has to be like maybe for the English program I'm saying. So one simple English. So when when he saw me, mhm, when he saw me, um, I had already, what was I say? I had already visited my grandma. Okay, or I had already visited my grandma when he saw me. That makes more sense, you know. So I had already visited my grandma when he saw me. I mean, I'm plus perfect, so but then till like I don't know, do I have to add it? Because my children plus perfect. Karen, someone has been joining and leaving a while because me when was it was not Amy and Kwana will be joining.
Kofi join him to a circle.
Oh, okay, okay. So I had already visited my grandma. So you are describing two actions here, but one action happened before the other one. So the one that's happened first will be in the plusquamperfect. Okay. Then the one that the other action, they are both actions are in the past, right? But then the action that happened first will be in the plusquamperfect. Then the subsequent action will be either in the preteritum or with the present perfect. But normally, yeah, with the present perfect. Do you get it? So with this, do you know the plusquamperfect?
And I had to know.
So I had already visited. If in the same like the normal present perfect is ich habe meine Oma besucht, right? The normal one would be ich habe meine Oma besucht, okay? But the plusquam, this is the present perfect, okay? But the plusquamperfect, you just change the habe to hatte. So ich hatte meine, oh, I had. Okay, so I had visited. That's what the first action that happened before he what saw you. So ich hatte meine Oma schon already already. Ich hatte meine Oma schon besucht. So when he saw me, als er mich gesehen hat, oder you can use the how do you call it? The preteritum. Als mich sah. Okay. Do we get it? Yeah. So it depends on the type, the series of actions you are describing. Okay, but then when you are just saying that simple sentences, you are not actually describing so als ihr hierher gekommen ist, war ich nicht da. Okay, so this sentence is in the preteritum, and this one is in the present perfect. Okay, so the first action has to be, so it depends on how you form it. If you use the plusquamperfect, then the next one has to be in the preferably, then the next action has to be in the plusquamperfect, then present perfect. Hold on. Yeah. Then if you start the sentence with the if when we use the als with the preteritum, then the other one has to be in the present perfect.
Mm. But
But
I sure no.
yeah,
When do we always place it? Is it after the a or after the nominal a?
yeah. So it's an adverb. Okay, so adverb, place of time, and normally you see the the position of adverbs in German, like it's not fixed. Okay, the only fixed part is that if the direct object is a pronoun, then the the pronoun comes before that adverbial place of time, because in German we always say that time is very important in German. Okay, time is important to Germans, so they always want to know the time even before you complete your full sentence. Okay, yeah, but then if the direct object, so like with a normal sentence, either you start your sentence with that adverbial place of time. When you do the normal sentence structure, which is the subject, verb, object, and the others, then it will be the subject, verb, adverbial place of time before what the object comes. Okay, but then when the object is a pronoun, then the pronoun comes before what the adverbial place of time. Okay, so in the normal sentence, if you were to go by in the normal sense, if you were to go by what I just said, then the shown has to come before what the oma, by the oma. Okay, because oma is in the like is the infinitive form of the noun, the oma. Okay, it's not a pronoun. Like if you want to say ich hatte sie schon besucht, then it makes sense. But then ich hatte meine Oma schon besucht is also correct. Okay, but the normal rule is that very place of time. So like ich hatte schon meine Oma besucht, because in this case, but meine Oma is not a pronoun. The direct object is not a pronoun. It's in the like the normal form of the infinitive form of the noun. Do you get it? Yeah, but this structure is still correct. Like it depends on like where you want to put it. But just remember that if there are other adverbs, whether adverbial place of manner, maybe I want to say I had visited, or like I have visited my grandma in the hospital. There's no way say in the hospital will come before shown. Shown has to come before what? That adverbial place of whatever. Do you get it? Or like what you say, I have visited my mother 3 times. I've already visited my grandma, or like this week I have visited. This week has to come before what? The adverbial place of manner. Look at time is very important. Okay, so adverbial place of time is always giving the upper hand before the others. So, but like I'm saying, like it's still preference. Me, I prefer to still use it this way. Ich hatte meine Oma schon besucht. Or ich hatte schon. That's when I want to give more emphasis to the schon. Ich hatte schon meine Oma besucht. It's also correct. Okay, but then the most important thing is that always remember, if the direct object is a pronoun, then the pronoun will come before adverbial place of time. But if not, then you have to stick to the ich hatte schon meine Oma besucht. But I'm just saying that this is like, oh, this is also correct grammatically. Okay, yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But pronoun there, you can't put shown before pronoun, direct object pronoun. But then it's more flexible with um the direct objects being its in original form, whether that's list, that's French, that you can choose to bring the adverbial place of time before or after the direct objects, when the direct objects like has its normal name, whether that's French, that my but yeah, so the hours, we'll go over it again, okay? I haven't taught the plusquamperfect, okay? Because with the plusquamperfect, if you're describing series, then you have to use like when you use the plusquamperfect for the hours, then the other one has to be in the preterite. When you use the preteritum for with hours, then you have to use the present perfect. So like change it, but then we will like it's a topic on this one, so you get there. I want to complete the chapter 12. Okay, we'll get back later. So here, Neben starts with wenn. Okay, so I'm going to play the audio, then we answer.
Embao.
It also want to say,
Mbaba kura.
Ashima,
Mhm.
what is this? This thing is new, this thing. Um, do I have to share, sharing your screen? Uh, call. But my voice is down to right.
Mm.
Ah, so I'm not me home you. I'm not me home, but I've forgotten how I did it. And so like there was this icon video. No, cloud. Mhm. Yeah, klar. I've seen it. Okay, so
B1C und D.
do you hear something now? Hello?
Yeah.
Bettina, die Chefin hat gesagt, dass wir die Urlaubsplanung machen sollen. Für den Sommer. Wann möchtest du Urlaub machen, Bettina?
Meinen Sommerurlaub. Das ist schwierig. Das weiß ich jetzt noch nicht. Wenn es im Sommer sehr heiß ist, möchte ich ans Meer fahren.
Gut, du fährst also ans Meer. Im August?
Nein, warte. Nicht so schnell, Simon. Wenn es im August regnet und nicht so heiß ist, möchte ich lieber arbeiten.
Es ist auch okay, wenn du deinen Urlaub später nimmst. Vielleicht im September?
Ja, vielleicht. Aber ich weiß ja jetzt noch nicht, ob es im August heiß ist.
Ich auch nicht. Wir müssen die Urlaubsplanung für den Sommer aber jetzt machen. Wenn alle im August Urlaub nehmen, müssen wir die Firma schließen. Und das geht nicht.
Letztes Jahr war der Herbst so schön. Ich kann ja eine Woche wandern gehen, wenn das Wetter im Herbst wieder so schön ist.
Gut. Du nimmst deinen Urlaub im September und bist im Sommer in der Firma.
Naja, wenn es aber im September regnet, dann arbeite ich da lieber.
Bettina, wir wissen alle nicht, wie das Wetter im September ist. Wann nimmst du jetzt deinen Urlaub?
Vielleicht mache ich doch erst im Winter Urlaub. Ja, genau. Ich gehe Skifahren.
Gut. Wenn du im Winter Urlaub machst, bist du im August in der Firma.
Nein, warte, Simon. Was ist, wenn es diesen Winter wieder keinen Schnee gibt, so wie letztes Jahr? Ich glaube, ich nehme meinen Urlaub doch lieber im Sommer.
Also doch im August.
Ja, ich nehme 2 Wochen im August.
Okay. Du willst also 2 Wochen im August nehmen.
Simon, das geht gar nicht.
Warum?
Ich sehe gerade, ich habe meinen Urlaub schon genommen. Im Januar, im April und im Mai. Ich habe gar keinen Urlaub mehr. Ist was?
Bettina, ja. Es stört mich schon, wenn du immer... Und ich muss dann...
Ja?
Ist schon gut.
Ja, klar. So, the first exercise, who said what? Wer sagt was? So, B für Bettina und S für Simon. So, wenn der Sommer sehr heiß ist, möchte ich ans Meer fahren. Wer hat das gesagt? Bettina. Und hier, was ist das? Mhm.
Si
Es
Simon.
ist okay.
Es ist
So
okay.
kommt, kann ich, ja, kommt das Sentence. Es ist okay.
Wenn du deinen Urlaub später. Let me listen to this one again. No, I didn't know said they said we should group the names.
But you can, no. So, we are only for new thing. So, let's go.
Simon, es ist okay, auch okay, wenn du deinen Urlaub später nimmst.
Es ist okay, wenn du dein Urlaub später lesen. Ja, klar. Das war das Ding today. Ja, mach weiter. Yeah,
No.
so when it's in August, yeah. Felicia, don't worry. The most important thing is that we are making sensible sentence. So like when it's in August regnet, when it rains, so then nehme ich meinen Urlaub doch lieber im Sommer. Because when it's raining, oder wenn es im August regnet, möchte ich lieber arbeiten. Wer will im Regen arbeiten? Niemand. So müssen wir die Firma stellen, wenn das Wetter im August wieder schön ist. So you can't, so that means here you like here is a main clause, number two is a main clause, four is a main clause, five is a main clause, six is a what's Nebensatz. So if you read this number three starts a sentence with a Nebenclause, Nebensatz, that means you need a main clause. So which one passed? When it rains in August, then what will happen if it's raining? Dann nehme ich meinen Urlaub doch lieber im Sommer. Because if it's raining, then I wouldn't take a vacation. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Ja, klar. So continue Nummer vier.
Wenn alle im August Urlaub nehmen, müssen wir die Firma schließen.
Listen, ja, wenn alle im August Urlaub nehmen. So if everyone takes the vacation in August, then we have to just shut down the company because no one will be available to work. Okay. Okay, so Nummer fünf. Wer hat Nummer vier gesagt?
Simon,
Ja, Nummer fünf.
es kann eine Woche wandern gehen, wenn das Wetter im Herbst wieder so schön ist.
Ja, so ich kann eine Woche wandern gehen. Ja, I can go for hiking, wenn das Wetter im Herbst wieder so schön ist. Ja, die Nummer sechs.
Wenn es diesen Wetter wieder keinen Schnee gibt, möchte ich lieber arbeiten.
Beiden. Ja, wenn es diesen Winter wieder keinen Schnee gibt. Ja, in Deutschland gibt es nicht immer Schnee. Ja, klar. So, das war's. Nebensatz und ja, und hier, das hier.
Wait.
Yeah, dann,
Mm.
yeah. Although when you start a sentence with the neighbors that we said the verbs have to kiss each other. Okay, but there are some circumstances that when you give the conditional sentence, you want to use then, because in English you'll be like, oh, if he comes, then we'll go together. Okay. Oh, if I see him, then I will greet him. Okay, yeah. So the then can be used like optional. If you want to use the then, you can use it. But when you use the then will come before the verb. Okay, like so in the normal sense, it's just here it's acting like better. It's taking no position. Like according to the German eyes, the two verbs are still kissing each other. Okay. Yeah, they're still kissing each other. But then when you're forming such sentences, then your done can come before the the other verb. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you say when I see him, I'll greet him. Can you try?
Wenn ich ihn sehe, begrüße.
Ja, ja, begrüßen is to greet und grüßen is auch to greet. Yes.
Okay, werde ich ihn begrüßen.
Ja, ja, werde ich ihn begrüßen oder grüßen, but like begrüßen is more formal than grüße. Werde ich ihn grüßen oder grüße ich ihn, okay? Ja, only B is more formal, okay?
Mm.
Klar. So when you want to see, now I want you to use dann in the sentence. When I see him, then I will greet him.
Wenn ich ihn sehe, begrüße, dann grüße ich ihn.
Ja, ja, klar, egal. Ja, das ist richtig. Mit der Sentence oder nein, no, können. Ja. So Deutsch ist nicht so schwer. Ja. Okay, so hier. Welche gemeinsamen Aktivitäten lernen die Personen? Welche Probleme gibt es vielleicht? Oder sie zu, schreiben sie, wenn Sätze wie im Beispiel. So plan and problem. So which together like activities are these people planning together, or which together activity? Chairman, direct translation doesn't make sense. Like which, like to get activities are yearly together, activities done together are these people planning. Okay, because the together here is describing activities. Okay. Yeah, so like here is an adjective. We use like an adjective. So welche gemeinsamen Aktivitäten planen die Personen? Welche Problem gibt es? Okay, which problem is there? Ordnen Sie zu, schreiben Sie, wenn Sätze wie im Beispiel. Okay. Ja, so Nummer eins, they say number one passt with B. So in der Firma zu Mittagessen, wenn geschlossen die Kantine ist. Ja. Also so, wir würden gern gemeinsam in der Firma zu Mittag essen, wenn die Kantine geschlossen ist. Okay. Yeah, I've even corrected it. Yeah. So number zwei, which one pass? Read through.
E. E. Wenn die Freunde keine Zeit haben. Na.
So, wir würden gern gemeinsam mit Freunden eine Grillparty machen. So here is the plan. Wir würden gern. We would like to. So you have to start the sentence with this. If you started the sentence with the main clause, then like Benjamin said, this wir würden gern gemeinsam. Okay, it's them planning. So all these are just activities. So if you're starting the sentence, then you have to use the wir würden gern gemeinsam am Wochenende, mit Freunden eine Grillparty machen. Mhm.
Wir würden gern gemeinsam mit Freunden eine Grillparty machen, wenn die Freunde keine Zeit haben.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. Like grammatically, the sentence is correct, but you want to say like we would like to have a grill party with the friends,
When they,
with friends when they
yeah.
have no time. Yeah, yeah, that's past next. Yeah,
It's
yeah. So we
positive.
have to do when so I think they Maxen. So we would like to have We like to do a grill party with the friends, or oh, sorry, with friends. Let me come with friends. With friends, if we don't get any vacation. Okay, yeah. So I think that's passed. I'm best another.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah. So complete it.
V- What you just said, or the number 3?
Yeah,
Wir,
number two.
wir würden gern gemeinsam mit Freunden eine Grillparty machen, äh, wenn wir keinen Urlaub bekommen.
Yeah, yeah. Because the chef said there's too much so they have to work. Und Nummer drei.
Wir würden gern gemeinsam am Wochenende nach London fliegen, wenn wir keine billigen Tickets bekommen. Na.
That's what too. I'm also thinking, like, so like, so wir würden gerne am Wochenende nach London fliegen, wenn wir keine billigen Tickets bekommen. If we don't get any cheap tickets, we will fly on the weekends too. Egal, yeah, the most of it, we are making sense. Let's go. Number 4.
Wir würden gern gemeinsam für eine Prüfung lernen, wenn wir die Prüfungsfragen nicht verstehen.
Yeah, we would like to learn for an exams if we don't understand the if we don't like yeah if we don't understand the the exams questions, we would like to learn for an exams. Yeah, okay. So this time around, start this number 5. Start the sentence with the subordinate clause. Which one passed? Den Chef fragen, ob wir Urlaub nehmen können. Äh, ja. Wenn wir kommen, wir keinen Urlaub. Hm.
Wenn wir keinen Urlaub bekommen, würden
Ja,
wir gern gemeinsam den Chef fragen, ob wir Urlaub nehmen können.
nehmen können. Ja, das passt. Dann Tennis spielen.
Wenn das Wetter schlecht ist, würden wir gern gemeinsam Tennis spielen.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense though, but like, it's fine. Like, yeah, egal. So if the weather is not is bad, we'll play tennis. Okay, get the most like I said, the order on the here, okay, that was done preferably, yeah. So okay, so lesen Sie und hören Sie den Dialog. Britta und lesen Sie. So read first and let's read.
Lesen Sie und hören Sie den Dialog. Britta, essen wir gemeinsam zu Mittag? Ja, gern. Wann denn? Um 1:30. Und was machen wir, wenn die Kantine schon geschlossen ist? Dann essen wir in der Pizzeria. Gut.
Yeah. All right, so yeah.
B2b.
Britta, essen wir gemeinsam zum Mittag?
Ja, gern. Wann denn?
Um 1:30?
Und was machen wir, wenn die Kantine schon geschlossen ist?
Dann essen wir in der Pizzeria.
Gut. Dann um 1:30.
Yeah. So what was the comprehension? Beaver, that's Verständnis.
Klar.
Yeah, so in B1 exams we call something Zusammenplanen. Okay, so can use when, if, how would it be if we join, if we go to the party, if so and so. Yeah, you can use when to construct plenty sentences when you are planning something. Okay, so B1 going to exams Zusammenplanen. You should be able to plan with your partner, and you can use when to construct plenty nouns, sorry, plenty sentences. Okay. Question?
No.
You said?
No.
Okay, so here, noch weiter.
Es stört mich, wenn.
Mhm.
Ja.
So
Mm,
stören means what?
the
You said? Stören. The verb is stören. It means to disturb, okay? English. Yeah, so continue.
Hören Sie, was stört Veronika? Was stört Leonard? Schreiben Sie.
Okay, so it's an audio exercise. I'm going to play the audio, so you are to look out for what disturbs Veronica, Leonard. Then you write it down. Klar.
B3a.
Also, ich bin Veronika Becker. Es stört mich, wenn es am Wochenende regnet. Die ganze Woche ist es schön. Es sind 30 Grad und die Sonne scheint und ich muss im Büro sitzen. Und am Wochenende regnet es. Manchmal gehe ich dann ins Kino oder ins Museum. Aber dort sind bei Regen sehr viele Leute. Es stört mich, wenn viele Besucher im Museum sind und vor jedem Bild 5 oder 6 Leute stehen.
Ich heiße Leonard und bin Student. Ich wohne in einer Wohngemeinschaft. Das gefällt mir gut. Aber manchmal stört es mich schon, wenn niemand das Geschirr spült oder wenn jemand meine Getränke aus dem Kühlschrank nimmt. Aber es stört mich natürlich nicht, wenn wir jedes Wochenende eine Party feiern. Das finde ich toll.
Did you grab or you didn't grab? Like I think Veronica mentioned about three things. That's the steps or like that borders her. So like stirring also means border, to border or to disturb. So I want to say if you are bothering me or you are disturbing me, oh, du störst mich. Okay, you are disturbing me. Ich feel lernen. I want to learn, you are disturbing me. Okay. Yeah, so a stört mich is it bothers me, okay, or it disturbs me. I think that in this context, bothers makes more sense. Yeah, so it bothers me when. So I'm going to play the audio again. At least get two things that bothers Veronica and oh, did you get something?
Yeah, for the answers, yeah, I got them.
Okay, yeah, klar. So, was stört Veronica? So, full
Es
sentence. Mhm.
stört Veronika, wenn es am Wochenende regnet.
Ja, so es stört Veronica, wenn es am Wochenende regnet, ja. Und was noch?
Und wenn viele Bes Besucher im Museum sein
Ne, come again. Wenn viele Besucher im Museum
sind.
sind, ja. Ja, klar, you have to conjugate. Dann, was stört Leonard?
Es stört Leonard, wenn niemand Geschirr spült.
Yeah, das Geschirr means the dishes. Okay, das Geschirr, the dishes. So like es stört Leonard. Leonard wohnt in eine WG. Eine WG ist Wohngemeinschaft. Like you have your separate room, but you share bathroom and kitchen with others. Okay, so they are he's sharing kitchen with others. So he said it bothers him when no one spülen. Spülen means to clean. Okay, to clean up. But then spülen is particularly to dishes or like to like using water. Okay, I'm trying to use water to flash something, so spülen. Okay, but then it's but like they should spülen. We don't say that das Geschirr waschen or das Geschirr putzen. No, putzen is when you're actively using something to wipe surfaces. Okay, like getting something clean. Okay, then aufräumen is like getting things in order. Like, but then cleaning is still part. Okay, it's running my Zimmer auf. Okay, but then spülen always has to do with water, using water to do something. Do you get it? Yeah, so dishes spülen. Okay. So even the dish machine, the dishwashing machine is called the Spülmaschine. Spülmaschine. Okay. Maschine, also Maschine. Die Spülmaschine. Ja. So es stört Leonard, wenn niemand Geschirr spült. Klar? Ja. Yeah, that's fast. Then I think that here, yeah, when someone takes his drink from the, yeah, let's go that one, do that sentence.
Stört Leonard, wenn jemand seine Getränke aus dem Kühlschrank nimmt.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Bella.
Ma-
Yeah, number three. Let's go B. Okay, B
Was?
is a homework. A homework. Take a screenshot of it, then you do it. So we have to conjugate it. So es stört mich, wenn jemand immer zu spät kommt. Es stört mich, wenn ich beim Essen telefoniert oder wenn jemand beim Essen telefoniert. Es stört mich, wenn mir jemand nicht zuhört, because zuhören is dative, okay? If no one's listening to me, okay? Yeah, wenn mir jemand zuhört. This order with Nebensatz, yeah, I think I'll have to take them this like mir coming before jemand because jemand is still the subject. So you will mean when jemand mir stört, but because it's a pronoun, jemand like it's nothing. Okay, so the pronoun will be wenn mir jemand stört. Jemand is still performing the action in this sentence, but then the dative pronouns will come before. But then jemand, niemand, I don't know what pronoun influence. Is it which kind of pronoun? I've forgotten their names. Yeah, no one, someone. Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it's
But in the main clause, then you have to stick to that normal. Jemand stört mir. Sorry, jemand stört mich. Oh, yeah, jemand stört mich. So no one is listening to me, but it will be jemand hört mir zu in the main clause. But in the Nebensatz, it bothers me when no one listens to me. But es stört mich, wenn mir jemand zuhört. Do you get it? Yeah. There's a pronoun. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go. Yeah, yeah. So if you're taking a screenshot of that, so like you can use all this if you're able to like chaos. Chaos, that's chaos. It's the chaos. Okay, so chaos is das Chaos. Okay, chaos. So das Chaos in seiner Wohnung. So es stört mich, wenn ich in der Wohnung oder in meiner Wohnung Chaos habe. Conjugation, yeah, I get it. So sometimes you make the sentence, then you forget the subject to use the sentence. Okay, yeah. So like, don't worry. We sometimes make crana, sometimes it give me. Okay, yeah, yeah. But then the most important thing is that at least if you can correct yourself, you correct yourself. If you can't, then just pass out what I have and all. Like, yeah. Because this language is it's an elective math language. That's sometimes you build Nebensatz, you build your sentence, then sometimes Nebensatz is quite long, then when you are at the end of the sentence and you have to conjugate the verb, then you forget the pronoun. So which case are you like which pronoun are you conjugating? Did I use via ish? That's like that one is a problem for like almost everyone. So like something you just have to be conscious of it. Okay, so you shouldn't think that's because like almost everyone faces that same problem. So you won't just be conscious of it. If you're conscious, at least when you make the mistake, you can still correct it. Okay, if you have to, if you don't have to, just leave it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's go.
Das Wetter in den deutschsprachigen Ländern. Hören Sie den Text. Warum ist Anita Poschel am Wochenende oft nicht zu Hause? Das Wetter macht manchmal Probleme. Anita Poschel ist Fernfahrerin. Es gibt nicht viele Frauen unter den Fernfahrern. Bis zu 240 Stunden ist sie im Monat unterwegs. Das finden ihre Freunde und die Familie nicht gut. Doch Anita gefällt ihr Beruf. 470 PS hat ihr LKW. Mit ihm ist sie zwischen Italien und Finnland, zwischen Polen und Irland in ganz Europa unterwegs, das ganze Jahr. Ich fahre gern durch Deutschland. Sie, mir gefällt das Land. Ich bin gern in den Alpen und an den Seen in Alpenvorland. Ich mag aber auch die deutschen Städte und das Meer. Im Sommer mache ich mit meiner Familie oft an der Ostsee Urlaub. Nur das Wetter macht manchmal Probleme. Ich verstehe, dass Sie Skifahrer auf den ersten Schnee im Winter warten, meint sie. Wenn man mit 40 Tonnen unterwegs ist, sind glatte Straßen aber nicht so toll. Da steht man dann meistens im Stau. Auch Gewitter und Starkregen auf der Autobahn mag Anita nicht. Wenn das Wetter verrückt spielt, dann steht alles. Dann schafft sie es am Wochenende oft nicht mehr nach Hause.
So
Yɛyɛ
this
yɛyɛ
uh,
reading deɛ a momfa nka ho bi na mɛread na mpa asɛm bra.
yeah. So there are many I think there are plenty word shots here. So which one don't you understand? You ask the nice plan before we go.
Fanfare, in fact, the first one, fanfare.
Yeah, so fen fahren, like fahren means to drive, then fen is away. So like truck drivers, okay. So truck drivers are fen fahrer. Like they drive away. Like they're like the action of watching TV. What is the verb for action watching TV?
Sehr fan.
Fernsehen, Pacho, because Fernsehen, klar? So Fernsehen means to see, but Fern is away. So you're watching something away. It's in a friend with TV. Okay, so Fernfahrer to drive away. Like these people, truck drivers, they travel through plenty. You order things from Temu, then they will tell you that this order is it like, how do they say it will be on land. Like, yeah. They won't ship it. They won't fly to where you are, but then it will be like it will go through. Yeah, it won't be shipped. So yeah, the car to you. So like truck drivers, okay. So they travel through plenty countries. So fanfare is someone who drives away, but basically in English, fanfare. Hey, truck drivers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not. Where's my phone?
Mm. And the skifara is the sky.
Yeah. Then it's if it's not ski, it's skifara. It's K, which would be ski, but then they call it skifara. Skifara means to like the snow, like snow surfing. Like one, they will be wearing some long, then they'll be holding small metal sticks. They'll be, they'll be firing on the snow. Yeah.
Verrückt spielt.
Verrückt means crazy. So spielen means to play. So, but basically in this context, verrückt spielen means like when the weather verrückt spielt, like whether the idea, bro, like crazy, like you can't assume how the weather would be like, or like what, like maybe in winter you're expecting this, then the other in the morning to be sunny, in the evening it to be snowy, then 2 minutes after snowing it to be rainy. So when das Wetter verrückt spielt means when the like yeah,
Mm.
or like if I say so, um, um du spielst mich verrückt, like you are driving me crazy, like you are playing me crazy, but then it's try to drive crazy, like so, and the weather drives us crazy. It's like it become difficult to
Glatte.
where is this?
Yeah.
Glatt. Yeah, glatt. So glatt is icy surface, okay? Icy surface, because when like right now the temperature is 5 degrees. So normally water freezes at 0 degrees. Okay, so this morning it was zero throughout. So like so when it's freeze when the like when the weather is freezing ice cold, the water on the surface is freezing. So like the water becomes slippery. Okay, so glass is slippery, like icy, smooth. Smooth. Okay, the streets become so smooth. Okay, so like it's easy to here it's even shown in the book. It's even shown here. Yeah, like, yeah. So the car will be ABCL. So
Yeah.
like Ben glatt means smooth. Okay, smooth surface. Mhm. So the car will be going one side, shoulder. Yeah, so glatt. So whenever like when it's ice cold or when the streets those the water on the road freezes, the roads, the surface of the roads becomes smooth. Okay, so it's difficult to like steady drive. Okay, yeah,
Mm.
maybe towards
The shafts. And like dann schafft.
was?
Last one. Last. Dann schafft sie es am Wochenende.
Yeah, sharpen means to be able to. Sharpen means to be able, like sharpen. But it depends. Sharpen means to create. Okay, sharpen means to create or to be able to do something. So I want to say, when I'm maybe I'm like, oh, ich habe Prüfung am Freitag, ich habe Angst. Then someone will be like, keine Sorgen, du schaffst das. You'll be able to do it. So like it kind of contains können and machen, can do. Okay, but because du schaffst das am Wochenende means you will be able to do it. What? So dann schafft sie am Wochenende oft nicht mehr nach Hause. Okay, nicht, so like the nicht here is negating schaffen. So when the nicht means then she'll be able to be at home during the weekends or like drive home. But then when the road becomes glatt, okay, like slippery, okay, then the weather also verrückt, then she's not able to drive home but on the weekends. Do you get it? Yeah.
Mhm.
So schaffen contains quilling and marking. So like to shaft that means you can do it. And schaffen means to create. So like when you say Gott hat die Erde geschafft. It's not geschaffen. Yeah. But then schaffen, you have to learn schaffen. Schaffen means to create or to be able to do something. So the past tense, the present perfect for each is different. When you're talking about to create, then the present perfect is hat geschaffen. But then we are talking about to be able to do something, then it's geschafft. Okay. You don't want to use the same E for God to say like to create something. So we say God hat die Erde geschaffen. But if you want to say I was able to do it on the weekend, then ich habe es am Wochenende geschafft. You get it? Yeah.
Mm.
But when you're talking about create, then it's hat geschaffen. When you're talking about being able to do something, then it's hat geschafft. Yeah. Karen, you are drawing on me. Yeah, guys. Yeah, I feel like I'm right. Okay. Let's go. Hmm? Hey, Mr. Kofi. I'm in Zoom. I mean, who be Mr. Kofi Alpha?
And then the network need to be one crowd. I don't know.
Kofi
And
be Zoom no. Zoom no.
Rama and China drop me.
Yeah. But I say it's stable like that.
But I said the HM first.
Google Meet, I'm gonna. I've even sent them message couple of times. So I'm facing these issues even before I faced this issue before, and I explained to them. They didn't mind me. They didn't even reply to the email. This with this present issue to have messaged them. They haven't replied. I mean, they know that people are still going to patronize them, like me coming from and say because plenty of people has, so they don't actually care about their customers. Their customer service is very poor. Support, no. Okay, so can we answer the question hier? So, lesen Sie den Test noch einmal und beantworten Sie die Fragen. So, durch, yeah, durch, plenty German, they say durch because the CH, also normally, when the CH is preceded by ROU, then had CHK, then E and A plus all the inverse of Cs. But in this case, the CH is standing alone. So me, I prefer to use the duosh, but then some Germans still use duok. I use the duosh. You know. Yeah, and duosh is accusative preposition. So ich fahre durch die Stadt. I am driving through the city. Okay. Ich fahre durch den Wald. I'm driving through the forest. Sorry. Ich gehe durch den Wald. I'm going through the forest. Or like ich wandere durch den Wald. No. So klar. So hier, warum hat Anita Purcell? Then they say Purcell oder eating. Ja. So, warum hat Anita Purcell kaum Zeit für ihre Freunde? So, kaum means hardly. So I want to say I can hardly do it so because ich mache es kaum oder ich kann es kaum machen oder ich schaffe es kaum. Okay, so kaum means hardly. I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait. So ich kann kaum warten, bis ich dich sehe. I can hardly wait to see you. Yep. So hier, warum hat Anita Push kaum Zeit für ihre Freunde? She hardly has any time for her friends. So warum? Wer kann einen Satz bauen? Oh, Bruder, ich bin müde.
Ita Osho hat kaum Zeit für ihre Freunde, weil sie bis zu 240 Stunden im Monat unterwegs ist.
Super. Ja. So, sie hat kaum Zeit für ihre Freunde, weil sie bis zu 240 Stunden im Monat immer unterwegs ist. Oder weil sie immer unterwegs ist. Okay, weil sie immer unterwegs. She's always on the road. Ich bin unterwegs means I'm on the way. You want to say, oh, where are you? Oh, ich bin unterwegs. I am on the way. Okay, klar. So, when you buy something on your way home, kauf mir etwas unterwegs. Okay, buy something for me on your way home. Like, unterwegs means, yeah, I'm buying, like on your way or on the road. So she's always on the road. Sie ist immer unterwegs. So, weil sie immer unterwegs ist. Ja, klar. Dann warum fährt Anita Pöschel gern durch Deutschland? Warum fährt ihr gern durch Deutschland? So, this is how we answer such like such questions. So you go through, you have Deutschland. Okay, then we take Wortschatz. is fahren. Okay, so you're talking about she driving through Deutschland. So you go through, here gives that kind Deutschland. So it's in Italian, Poland next year. Yeah, here. So we have our keyword fahren and Deutschland. So she said, ich fahre gern durch Deutschland, sagt sie. Mir gefällt das Land. Ja, weil das Land, weil ihr, so you see, so this is what I was talking about. So Nebensatz will be what das Land gefällt ihr. Sorry, main clause will be das Land gefällt ihr. Like the land pleases, the country pleases her. Okay, but Nebensatz weil, then weil ihr das Land gefällt, because pronoun. Okay, although the direct object here is what? She, like as in her, ear. Okay, then das Land gefällt ihr. Das Land is the subject. But then because it's a pronoun in Nebensatz, the pronoun comes first before the pronoun here, which in this case, the direct object, will still come before what? Um, the main subject, which is das Land. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Ja, so sie fährt gern durch Deutschland, weil ihr das Land gefällt. You can't say weil das Land ihr gefällt. Normally, that's the normal sense, but then with pronouns comes before. Like there are some people, they still stick to that, and I can't actually say whether that's grammatically correct or falsch, because I still know plenty of people, they still use it, they still remain, they still use this normal sentence or sentence or the subject object verb for Nebensatz. But the subject here is das Land and the object here is ihr. But then correct grammar is that the here in this case with the Nebensatz, the direct object is what? And a pronoun. So the pronoun will come before what? The main subject. Well, klar. So here, next number 3. Read and let's go.
Welches Wetter mag Anita Poschel nicht? Warum?
Welches Wetter mag Anita Püchel nicht und warum? So we're talking about Wetter und mögen. Wetter und gefallen oder Wetter. So you go to your So ich bin gern in den Alpen. Yeah, something she still likes that wants weather. Im Sommer mag ich, something. Mag. Okay, klar. Okay, so the question is, welches Wetter mag Anita Pöschel? Okay, nicht. Okay, nur das Wetter macht manchmal Problem. Ich verstehe, dass die Skifahrer auf den ersten Schnee im Winter warten, meint sie. Wenn man mit 40 Tonen is like what she's carrying in the loads, okay? The loads, 40 Tonen. The loads, when one is on the way with 40 of 40 whatever tons of load, dann die Straße ist smooth, dann ist nicht toll. Okay, so welches Wetter gefällt, so now time's up. So welches Wetter mag Anita nicht? It's winter, okay? Yeah, because during the winter when it's cold, the water, the road, the surface of the road freezes or becomes smooth. Okay, so the road will be manya manya, okay, to be difficult driving steady on the roads, okay? Yeah. So in here in Germany, and I think in the advanced countries, they use before, I think about 1 month to winter, you have to change your tires. Okay, it's a rule. If you are caught using the summer ties, okay, summer ties. So with the winter ties, I think they are more heavier and like they're more steady on the smooth surface. Okay, so they always change your ties, all the 4 ties, depending on the weather. Winter ties and summer ties, or after winter ties. Yeah. Okay, so sie mag den Winter nicht. Okay. Warum? Weil die Straße immer glatt sind. Okay. The glatt is the infinitive form of the adjective. Then here is glattes Straßen. So the glatte here it takes an E because it's describing what's the noun. That when you're saying when the streets are always smooth, then die Straße immer glatt sind. Yeah. Klar?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Kofi, klar?
Yeah, Abby.
Yeah. Okay, so oh, wir machen dann weiter. Okay, so here new 1 ton is equal to 1,000 kg. 1,000 kg, 1 ton. So 40 tonnen is what? 40,000 kilogram. 40,000 kilogram. Hey, plenty stuff. That's yeah, yeah. So uh, so next year, Mr. Kofi, let's go. The fallen cry, you. The guy fallen as a parent. Okay, but then yeah. So fallen me what fallen means
Please.
Nene, that's gefallen.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So fallen means to fall. Okay, to fall to yeah, so that's here is Skifahren. Skifahren. That's what I was talking about. There will be surfing on the snow. Okay. Then
Mm.
Raften. Okay, Raften auf einem Fluss. Okay, Raften. I don't know why people partake in this kind of activity. Theorie ungefähr so. Ist understandable. Then dritte, Strandsegeln. Segeln means to sail. Oder? Yeah, segeln means to sail. Yeah, so Strand, the Strand is the beach. So beach sailing, and there, Nordsee. Nordsee is slow. So Nordsee here is das See. Okay, so in the normal sense, we and them Nordsee, but the plural, the seas. You know, English, do we have the plural? Do we have seas? But in German, we have sea, so it's plural here. That's why it's and there, Nordsee. Then it would have been and then. Is it the Z? The Z? I don't know, they are confusing me. It's the C. What up?
DZ.
Z
Until that.
Zara.
Mm.
Ah, okay, so it's feminine. Okay, Clara. I thought it's the Z. Oh, then I've been using it wrong. Yeah. So it's the Z. Aber das Meer und Lake ist der Lake, oder? Fuck them. Okay, Clara, but then it's the Z. Okay, so and the not say there, that's it. So sail, um, beach sailing at the North Sea. Okay, North Sea. Then Vanden Indenbergen. Okay, Indenbergen in the mountains. Okay, if it was hiking in the mountain, then Vanden in dem Berg. Okay, in the Berg. Yeah, in the or that in Berg, but then plural is the Berge. Okay, then plural nouns with N or no S endings in the dative case takes what an N. Okay, so Van den Indenbergen, klar. Okay, so here, yeah. So you read, okay, I think number one is answered. Okay, so
Mm.
wenn das Wetter in den Bergen wechselt, wechsel means to change. So in German, we have three changes, three verbs that means changes. We have wechsel.
Na veranda ito sa lang.
So these are the three now. The three verbs that means change. Wechseln or wechseln means to change. Ändern. Ändern means to change. Then verändern means to change. But then the usage are different. I think I explained this in our early lectures, but then yeah. So some are reflexive. I have sich verändern und sich ändern. But wechseln is not reflexive. Okay, so was it that when the weather changes, so was wenn das Wetter, wenn sich das Wetter ändert. Okay, but then yeah. So when das Wetter, do the wetter. And then man can go from the beginning. Yeah, so when das Wetter wechselt by the normal tense, when the weather changes itself, we use sich ändern, this type of for fixing. But like I said, German is still is flexible. But then I've never seen a sentence or like heard someone use vexen with weather. Normally, when you're using changes, then use this and because the weather is changing itself, reflexive instead of vexen. But then vexen is used like physical changes. Okay, like maybe I'm changing my money, I'm changing my clothes. You can instead of saying it's TMish, we can also say it's Wechsle meine Kleidung. Okay, yeah. So normally Wechsler is just like benutzen, nutzen und verwenden. Okay, benutzen is for physical. I'm using my phone. It says benutzen my handy. Okay, yeah. Then yeah. Actually, we use this in a sentence. We use this. Okay, when you're talking about literally, then we use verwenden. Okay, it's like we have plenty for these, but then some are very specific in some cases. Okay, but I'm saying that whether changing itself, me, the sich and then it's more common to me than vexel. But then that's not why we are here. I think I'll have a lecture where I will line out verbs, different verbs with the same meaning and their usage. For example, we have sparen, reten und was? Sparen, reten und speichern. Okay, they all mean save, but reten means to save life. Speichern means to save something technically. Then the other one, speichern, reten und was? I just mentioned all the three right now. Speichern, reten und
Mention two. Yeah.
sparen. Sparen means to save money or to save energy. Sparen, reten und speichern. They all mean save. Nutzen, benutzen und verwenden. They all means use. Okay. Wechsel, sich ändern und verändern. They all means change. Okay. So I'll line up such a then we'll learn them how to use each of them. Okay. In different contexts. Okay. But they all mean the same thing, but their usage is sometimes different. Some are fixed in some context. You can't use Excel in some cases and you can't use and then in some cases. That's why it's very komisch here. It's very like unusual for me seeing weather with Excel. Normally it's the weather changing itself, but it's their language. So let's continue. So, wenn das Wetter in den Bergen wechselt, muss man in eine Hütte Schutz suchen. In eine Hütte Schutz suchen. Die Hut. Ja, was ist die Hut? I'm using my dictionary today. Is it hats? Carbon. But it's carbon hats. There you go. Mal suchen in. This sentence is not making sense to me. When the weather in the mountains changes, one has to search in a carbon
I think
protection.
one must seek shelter or
Yeah, because searching is always used with knack to search after. Because muss man nach einer Hütte suchen. but shoot ist der shoot is masculine. So when muss man nach einem Hüter shoot suchen, that makes sense. But in suchen in means you are searching in. Maybe like I'm searching in my bag, but it's suche in meine Tasche. That makes sense. But then to search, one has to search in a carbon protection. Maybe it's a kind of organization. I don't know. But then you want to say, I am searching for. I'm searching after. Okay, maybe I am searching for my father. Izuke meinen Vater means I'm searching for. You want to say like you are actually searching after something. Giddy giddy. You've went to the police, maybe a hand, but to search after something. Then you use Zuke nak. Okay, then it starts with. Okay, that's why the searching in here doesn't pass for me, but it's fine. Okay. The bay.
Wenn es im Herbst und Winter
So you have an der Nordsee, in den Alpen und in der Flüssen. Der Sturm ist der Sturm. So wenn es im Herbst und Winter, so Flüssen means the river. There's no way say there will be storm on the rivers, okay?
mhm,
Nordsee auch. Aber in den Alpen, the Alps, like a mountain areas, oder? Sind die Strände gesperrt. Sperren means to lock or close down. Okay. So wenn es im Herbst und Winter, ich glaube, in den Alpen, oder? Aber niemand wohnt in den Alpen. No one lives in the Alpen. But how do you call it? Geography. Okay, I think it's here. Okay, yeah. Let me see. Mhm. So, still, I didn't do geography. The map is not telling me anything. Clear. But then, okay, number three, wenn viel Schnee. Okay, then Schnee will be in the Alpen, okay, because mountain areas. Okay, so the first picture is the Alps. Okay, the mountain. You see, the mountain draws the Alps. Okay, the Alps is not. It's not anything specific, but then it's just the shape of the mountains with the snow on top, like drawing something. So we call it the Schweizer Alps. Okay, Alpen or something. The Schweizer, the Alps. Yeah, because in Switzerland is bounded by plenty mountains. Okay, so with the Alps, it's always associated with Switzerland and its neighboring countries. Okay, so between Deutschland and Switzerland, yeah, you have the Alps. Sometimes you can see the Alps here, from depending on which region you are, where you find yourself in Germany. You can see the Schweiz Alp. Yeah, so here say is yeah, so Sine will be in the Alps. Yeah. Then, okay,
you will
so
in the North Sea.
North Sea.
Because the last one is rafting.
Yeah, that's and rafting is then Fluss, ja klar. So, ja klar. So, wenn es im Herbst und Winter an der Nordsee Sturm gibt, okay? So, when there's storm in the north, okay, then all streets are closed, okay? Sind die Straße, die
Strände.
Strände, all beaches. Like all this time that's why, sorry, Strand, Straße. That's why I was trying to like I said, no one lives in there. So it's not streets, it's beaches. Yeah, klar. Rabbi. Ja, so wenn es im Herbst und Winter an der Nordsee, because sea we use an. When you say in der Nordsee, it means you are in the sea. Okay, you're not in the sea. Ich fahre ans Meer oder ich fahre an den Strand. Okay, I'm driving to the beach. It's an den. Okay, anything with water. Yeah, because I didn't know a young river there because I'm in the sea. Yeah, okay, so it's fare and then flus. Okay, yeah. But this they are just using it to say if there is something in the waters. Okay. So wenn es im Frühling in den Flüssen, okay, Hochwasser gibt. So yeah, Hochwasser means like when the yeah, the tides and so when it rises, okay, then rafting, okay, is difficult. Like yeah, wird Raften gefährlich. Klar?
Okay. Okay.
Ja, klar. Well, this one I was reading it as Strasse. I was like, I actually. Uh, okay, I think we've covered plenty to the whole. Yeah, yeah. So I'll end chapter 12 tomorrow, then we jump into chapter 3. I'll have a couple of holidays and two days free, so hopefully be able to meet in the morning and evenings. Okay, then we'll finish A to
Okay.
for the other 13 to the other even share. Anyways, we'll complete like December before December we'll complete. We have to okay. Let's send them on logins. When you maybe I think some money logins to the book. I'll send you logins to the book. And there are sometimes you can also visit and listen to the audios, and maybe if you have to learn, push further to then bring you can James somebody. Yeah, yeah. So that's for us. Gibt es eine Frage?
No.
Okay, so then tomorrow we will finish this page. I think we've gone through this. But anyway, we finish this page, then complete chapter 12, then jump into chapter 13. So exactly at 5, just like today. Okay, we are not waiting. Because Manyan is we won't be able to do the B1 by March. Which are so the small, yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.